to Sky Magazine. We're here with Evan Padget and McShane of Colorado, who just won over Pittsburgh. And also reviewing Zach Smith. How are you guys doing?
Good. Doing really good. Feeling good about our win.
All right, so tell us about that game. You guys jumped up to a pretty sizable lead pretty early. How were you feeling? What was your mindset like very early in that game?
We're just trying to take away the deeps from them. I think last time we played them twice. They really capitalized on quick, easy deep shots. So this time we really focused on playing behind them and forcing them to work it. And our defense forcing up turnovers that we weren't confident that they could work it. So we really forced them to play a game that they weren't comfortable playing.
Yeah, truthfully, going into that game, I think our offensive line was pretty nervous. I mean, big game, obviously elimination game for the season, and so it helped immensely that our D just rattled off 4 or 5 breaks in a row. Really took the pressure off the offense, allowed us to relax, take our time, work the disc, not have to be hectic anymore.
It seemed like you guys had some pretty good matchups going on. I saw you guys had Matty Zemmel on Alex Thorne a lot, and you had, I believe it was Hilka on Tyler DeGirolamo. Did you guys really game plan for them?
Yeah, a little bit. I think just one of our strengths this year is our athleticism, and so I think we're able to match up with athletic receivers, athletic handlers really well. We can put Maddie on D, we can put Maddie on O, we can put Hilka on anyone in the nation, and they just really take their matchups personally, both of them, and they work really hard.
Yeah, I think we didn't so much focus on matchups, but we knew what individual players like to do. We knew that Tyler liked to go deep. We know that Alex occasionally goes deep, but he pretty much likes to get it in and then get off like a quick release hook. So I think we were cognizant of that, and we just matched up players who were comfortable playing that kind of defense.
And Evan, your brother Xander had one heck of a game. He was going nuts. How do you feel about your brother playing really well in this quarterfinal game?
I feel great. I'm really happy for him. He's dealt with so many injuries, and this is really the first full season he's played that he's healthy. I don't think he hasn't missed a game this spring, and that's a first for him. So he's a great player when he's healthy, and it's just I'm really happy that everyone gets to see him play 100%.
So you guys are going to go match up against Wisconsin. You guys faced them once at Eastern. It was a close game where you guys came back from that. So what do you think you learned from that game?
I think we learned from that game that, and just watching them here at Nationals, Wisconsin likes to hug. They like to move it quickly on turnovers. They fast break it. We know where their handlers are. We know where their receivers are. They're kind of similar to Pitt in the same sense that they look for the hug probably first before working it under. But really, I think if we play our game, our style of defense, our style of offense, that's what we're going to focus on. And whatever team we play, I think we'll do well.
Yeah, I think our game against Wisconsin at Eastern was real upwind, downwind, and I think we had, just at the end, we had one upwind break to win it on Universe, so I wouldn't take too much from that game. But definitely they like to huck a lot. They like big plays. They like to throw up a lot of 50-50 balls. So we'll probably play a defense that's similar to what we played against Pittsburgh, which is back.
It was also very windy at Eastern, so it was a different kind of wind. How is the difference in wind here compared to Eastern?
I think the difference here is that the altitude, we're just used to throwing in wind at altitude. It's been windy all spring. This is where we practice. So we're kind of used to the wind here. The wind at Eastern was really rough. It was hard to throw over 30 yards. It was hard to get anything off, rounds, breaks, things like that. So I think we're a little bit more comfortable throwing in this wind than the wind at Easterns. But I think Wisconsin's got a lot of experience here too, so I think they'll be great.
Yeah, I think the wind at Easterns was a lot more difficult to throw into. It was more like a headwind, and the wind here is kind of changing and it's swirly, but you can still run an offense through it. And Eastern's teams weren't really running offense by the end. They were pretty much just hucking it and then playing D, and that's not the case here. You can still run an offense pretty efficiently if you just work it under.
When I went to go grab you guys for this interview, I saw that most of you guys were mentioning the year 2008, and just for everyone to know, 2008, 2 years ago, 3 years ago actually, Colorado matched up against Wisconsin in the semifinal, and Wisconsin was able to walk away with that.
Here in Boulder, right?
Here in Boulder. How do you guys feel about that, and is there a little bit of extra motivation going into this game?
Yeah, there's extra motivation. You know, that was a game that we kind of let slip away. We took half. We had a chance to break them on the goal line after they dropped the pull. We didn't do it. Yeah, it was a tough loss. It was tough to live with, and you know, it's over now. And there's not very many players that are still on the team since then. But yeah, it would be nice. It would be sweet to beat them here after losing to number 4.
All right, and how do you guys feel about the you know, having the home field advantage? There seems to be a lot of people rooting for you when the announcer did that. Let's hear it for Pitt. Let's hear it for Colorado. Not many people spoke up for Pitt, but this place erupted when they said let's hear it for Colorado. So how does that feel playing on the biggest stage?
It's really unbelievable. Like, I mean, you walk out onto the field, and when they announced like let's hear it for Colorado, and it just erupted. It was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, there's a ton of people here. I mean, it just fires you up. It focuses you. You want to play well in front of your family, in front of your friends. I think it really helps. Just energy-wise, it really gives us energy. It feeds us energy, our entire team.
I think you're going to see a battle of the dueling crowds here in the next game. The Odags also have very good support, so I think it's going to make for a great atmosphere for them to that.
I'm excited.
One final question, Evan. I interviewed you before Nationals, and I was unfortunately able to post that. But you were telling me about an injury that you sustained a few years ago and your road back here. Could you tell everyone about that?
2 years ago, I was diagnosed with a double sports hernia in both my groins, which I sustained here at Nationals in 2008. And I had a few doctors tell me my career was pretty much over because you know, they weren't confident that there was a surgery out there that could get me back on the field. So I ended up exploring my options and finding a doctor in Germany who would do a surgery that she was confident that I could play again. And I ended up going to Germany and getting this surgery that pretty much, you know, no one in the U.S. had heard of at that time, and yeah, and everything worked out, and I feel great, and I feel like this is, you know, I'm playing at my peak now, and it's taken me 2 years kind of to get back, but I feel great.
You certainly played well in that Pittsburgh game.
Thank you.
Well, thanks guys for the interview, and thanks Padget and Jack McShane and Zach Smith.
Thanks.
Got
you guys.